it's Jack Leventhal here with the CCR, or Creative Critical Reflection, and I will be discussing and reflecting upon my portfolio film opening project, Feel It. The first question asks, how does your product use or challenge convention, and how does it represent social groups or issues? Feel It is heavily influenced by the light comedy or coming-of-age genre, using various conventions such as rock and roll aesthetics, exaggerated comedic language, teens and adolescents, and most importantly, rock music.
What do you mean relax? Tonight's gonna be the night of your life. You're gonna shit a brick.
I wanted to follow these conventions not only to give my opening a rock and roll feel, but also a comedic feel. If you look up rock aesthetic on Google, you will find elements in it that are very distinct. I used my bedroom for most of my opening to really display this. Using shots of items in my room, such as a vinyl record wall or a boombox, really shows these elements. Feel It is very representative of this aesthetic, but adds a twist, having the main character Axel be blind. When we first see Axel, he seems like any other normal kid playing guitar in his room. Come to find out when his friend walks into his room and hands him a mobility stick that he is not like the rest of the kids. Although Axel is blind, I didn't want that to be his character's defining feature. I wanted him to act and be just like any other kid. For example, in the movie Ice Castles, the whole film revolves around the main character becoming blind. But for Feel It, Axel's blindness is simply just a part of his character. While most comedic coming-of-age films such as Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Ferris Bueller's Day Off focus on regular teens with no noticeable disabilities, Feel It challenges this convention by having the main character of the film with a very noticeable one. The second question is, how does your product engage with audiences, and how would it be distributed as a real media text? Feel It is targeted towards teens ages 12 through 18. According to filminquiry.com, this is the exact audience for coming-of-age films. The target audience for coming-of-age films and comedy films is mostly female, leading female teenagers to be my main target audience. Feel It incorporates various elements representative of this demographic's lifestyle and interests, making the film engaging for the target audience. In addition to the rock and roll feel of this film, it also engages with the target audience, being music lovers. If this film were to be distributed as a real media text, I would distribute it through YouTube and TikTok. YouTube is an amazing site to distribute digital media for free and to a very large audience. Creators could also make money on YouTube through Google AdSense, which lets creators make money for their content. YouTube also has an algorithm that recommends videos which it thinks you may enjoy, allowing for this film to be brought to the audience without really advertising in mass quantities. The second way I would distribute this, I would use TikTok. TikTok, like YouTube, also has an algorithm that directly shows you videos that it thinks you will like and puts it directly on your For You page. TikTok allows for the target audience to directly engage with the video. By using hashtags, TikTok will show users posts with similar hashtags that the user has liked before and shows the video on their For You page. The third question says, how did your production skills develop throughout this project? My production skills throughout this whole project have branched into many different techniques and styles. Before I took this class, I really didn't know anything about the media world in general, let alone how to make a film opening. Making this film has really helped me learn that even the smallest details in film really have an impact on the final results of the production. From the font of the credits to the way your shoes are tied, everything matters. Although I had a general concept of what I wanted to do for this project for most of the time, I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do until I picked up the camera. All I really had planned was that the film would star a blind teen who played guitar. If this project has taught me anything, it was to learn how to work by myself and how to really just turn an idea into an actual product. When working by yourself with a deadline that feels like forever away, it's easy to not stay on track and not finish by the deadline. For most teens, I'm a major procrastinator. The weekly vlogs, wanting this project to outcome be great, even just seeing those working around me succeed, really helped me to stay on track. About this project, what I learned most was how much time management can have an impact on the production. The fourth question is, how do you integrate technologies, software, hardware, and online into this project? The film opening was filmed on my iPhone, being the only visual recording device I have. Working with my iPhone was very easy, given it's the only visual recording device I've ever used. Using an iPhone worked best for me because it was something I was simply familiar with. For most of the credits, I also used a tripod to get still shots. This is the first time I've ever edited something like this. At first I was horrified to start the editing process because it was something I've never done. I had no idea what to expect going into editing, so I searched up easiest editing softwares for beginners. On almost all of them, they had iMovie, so that was the one I chose. Although it didn't have the most resources, using iMovie made editing my project fairly easy. Each of the icons in iMovie were clearly labeled and told you their exact purposes. I didn't expect Apple to have the best fonts for the credits, but I was pleasantly surprised to see what a wide variety they had. After many different font trials, I found the perfect one. In the future, I plan to utilize more complex editing tools such as Adobe and Premiere, given iMovie doesn't have the most resources. And of course, I use Blogger, Google's blogging service, to document my process when making this film opening. In conclusion, in this project, I've learned everything from how to make an idea come to life to how to use an editing software. I not only learned so much from this project, but I also enjoyed doing it. I hope to show you even bigger and better projects in the future. You have not seen the last of me.